This is Keith Price's Curtain Call. And this is Keith Price, and we are back here on the Curtain Call. And we're very excited because I love to come to Feinstein's 54 Below. We were just talking about this a minute ago. Right now, of course, it's the upfronts for the big events that they have. And one of the stars of his own little thing he's got going on, I realize my fellow Texan.
Here we are.
I love this. J. Armstrong Johnson live at Feinstein's 54 Below. That's what he's bringing. How you doing, baby?
I'm good. I'm so good. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Okay, so my fellow Texan, you're living the dream right now? Is that what's happening with the show?
Yeah. I mean, I've been in New York for a little over 10 years now, so I guess you can consider myself an official New Yorker. But I've had a dream of doing this solo show for about 3 or 4 years now, so for it to finally be coming to fruition is it's pretty exciting.
I love that. So, Jay, tell me, what is this show? What journey are you taking us on? Because, you know, you're from the hallowed halls of the Great White Way. You know, he's got a few shows under his belts. Just a little something, a little on the town there, a little dancing. What are you going to do in this show that people are going to get to walk away with a special piece of Jay?
I mean, when I was about 6 years old, I saw a movie called Sister Act 2, Back in the Habit. And it changed my life in a really weird way, actually, because Whoopi Goldberg, Dolores Van Cartier, taught me the word eclectic in relation to music in one of the music classes. And that's how Whoopi lived her life, is eclectically. She likes rock and roll, rap, jazz, pop. And so that's kind of been my mission in life, is to be open to all forms of music. And so I wanted this concert to kind of show that. And so each and every song has its own style, its own vibe, its own groove. So that's kind of it, Jay's life through eclectic music.
I love it. J. Armstrong Johnson with me here on the Curtain Call. And again, his show, J. Armstrong Johnson live at Feinstein's 54 Below. Just because you got to get it all out.
That's right.
April 27th, the 29th, and the 30th at 7 o'clock here at Feinstein's 54 Below. So for you now, you're taking a moment now to have this reflective, artistic expression period, which is good. What do you have planned down the line? Because, you know, this is a few nights here, and then what?
Right. I go back to Montreal to finish shooting the first season of Quantico and next week. So that's been kind of what I've been working on the last 4 or 5 months or so, is my first TV show. So that's been exciting.
I'm starting to palpitate just a little bit. I have to pull it together and be professional. J. Armstrong Johnson, Quantico. Yeah. So that means you can give me International Man of Mystery.
Yeah, I guess so. I love my character. I love all the people I work with. Montreal's a gorgeous city, so it's been fun to be there for the last few months. But yeah, I'm glad to be back in New York and back on stage. And I guess the most important and coolest part of the show is that we're recording it live for a live album. And we have an IndieGoGo campaign out right now to raise the funds for the live album.
Oh, no, you hear that? And that means, see, if you're doing it here, that's Van Deen and Broadway Records. Hey, right. Van, you know I love me some you.
That's right.
You got to hook my brother up. He's a fellow Texan.
That's right. Texas forever.
Come on. This is how you keep us from going back home crying all the time.
That's exactly right.
So now that means you're a Texan. Hopefully, when I say these few terms to you, Whataburger.
Oh my God, it's the first place I go when I land. Literally the first place.
See, now I used to do this thing when I would fly home to Houston, and I would literally rent the car. I would go to specifically the Hobby Airport because I knew that coming out of the airport before I had to make that ride on to 45, there was a Whataburger waiting for me.
Boom. And there was one right outside of the airport that I fly into in Dallas. Easy.
So now, how long has it been since you've been home?
Since home to Texas. I actually got to go home for Easter, so I was not home too long ago. Went to Easter service with Mama and the family, and hunted Easter eggs with all the babies. I've got 8 children, all under the age of 8 in my family right now, so I'm just a human jungle gym when I'm home. But it's always fun to get home, and I've been able to get home a lot this year, which has been a blessing.
Wow. Because usually those of us that come from Texas, we're just like, yeah.
Get home whenever.
I could go to Montreal right now cheaper than I can to go back to Houston.
Exactly.
Just saying.
I know. Well, especially when you're in a Broadway show, too. I mean, you're always working when everyone else is off work. So, Christmas, Christmas and holidays you don't get to yourself when you're on Broadway. So.
But you know what, though? It's a special kind of tribe to be a part of the Broadway community, don't you think?
It's a beautiful community. I just finished Broadway Backwards with Broadway Cares Equity Fights AIDS, and it was one of the coolest events that I've ever done. And it's amazing to watch so many talented people come together and give of their time and talents for a good cause. And that's why I love this community, because they're always doing that. Always.
Well, J. Armstrong Johnson, who will be here at Feinstein's 54 Below, April 27th, 29th, and 30th at 7 p.m. for J. Armstrong Johnson live at Feinstein's 54 Below. We're going to have fun. You know, I think it's really great because, again, you were just one of these young talents that you're having a moment. And one of the things I love, like with this ridiculousness that I do now, is that it's wonderful to meet you guys when you're in this process, because it's very inspiring. Hopefully the people that are listening, that are thinking about a world of performance, and knowing that there's places to aspire to, but at the same time too, it's sort of like it's very inspirational for people like me to watch you do that, because it makes me want to do my thing better too. Because it's like, I got to keep up, because if J. Armstrong Johnson comes back to town again, I need for him to know who he is talking to.
That's right.
He's talking to somebody that loves him and stuff. All right, so again, J. Armstrong Johnson live at Feinstein's 54 Below, April 27th, 29th, and 30th. Go to Feinsteins54below.com to find out about how you can get tickets. Maybe go to J. Armstrong's, personal line, and maybe he might have a little discount or something for you. I don't know.
Uh-oh. Maybe.
But you got to go look for him. He's
don't forget to donate to the IndieGoGo campaign. You can go to my website, jarmstrongjohnson.org, for a link to that page.
Perfect. That's really great. And I'm going to call Van Deen when we get through with this. All right. Cool. And we will be back.
A little boy, it's Sunday Mass, and little boys get bored during prayer. Idle hands neatly tear Job right from the Bible. Preacher sees and he strikes him, but the boy strikes him back, 'cause he thinks fair is fair. They box his ears, still he hears some lady swear. That's a lost boy. That's a lost boy. Oh, if he were mine. Oh, if he were mine. Oh. His mother heard what the lady said, and she just shook her head. And as the boy grew older, he never quite grew up, needed more. So he screwed the housemaid, caught ashore, away with a sailor. Carted home almost nightly, till he's brought into court and charged for all he had done. The judge asked him why, and the boy just said, I thought it sounded like fun. And the judge cried, lost boy, you're a lost boy. Thank God you're not mine. Thank God you're not mine. Oh. His father heard his sentence passed, and man, he ran so fast. But doesn't every person deserve a second chance? Take this boy, free and changed now, sick with joy, to return to his family. But there's some new kid in his window, his father holding him tight. He never held me before. Just couldn't stay, ran away, and how he swore. Go get lost, boy, go get lost, boy. These people aren't mine. It's divine. My parents wish they'd never had me. And yours, they turned you a mess. And so, why anybody cares for theirs is anybody's guess.